Hey, if you're a woodworker or a custom furniture maker that's trying to figure out what product should I be focusing my time and my attention on, what's going to be the most profitable, what are people going to buy? Well, this video is for you. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 most profitable woodworking projects in 2026. Let's dive in. All right, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zach Vaught, and I'm excited that you're hanging out with me. I'm excited that you are taking steps to improve your financial future, to improve your business, to not just become a better woodworker, but a better woodworking business owner. And that is what this channel is all about. And so in case you didn't know, we have hundreds of videos, literally hundreds of videos here, covering every topic under the sun in terms of how to build a successful and profitable custom furniture or woodworking business. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that. And so in today's video, I want to walk you through the 5 most profitable woodworking projects that we're seeing in 2026. And so the number one thing I want to start by saying is that you're not going to hear us talk about cutting boards or birdhouses or small ticket items. I am a firm believer that you should sell very expensive things, right? So we should be selling custom furniture, we should be selling cabinetry, built-ins, things that every time that somebody says yes, it's a $3, $5, $10, $20,000 order. Just yesterday in the Woodworking Accelerator program, one of our clients landed a $20,000 cabinetry job. Another client landed a $20,000 commercial restaurant job, right? And so these single jobs that these guys are landing is pretty life-altering for that month, right? So just to simplify, before we get into any of this, you should be selling expensive things, okay? So right out of the gate, okay? So I'm gonna start at number 1 and work my way backwards here. Number 1, it's still king. It's still the thing that I push. It's still the thing that I promote. It's still the way that we help our clients scale from 2 to 3 grand a month to 30 to 50 to 70 grand a month. And that is with custom dining tables and custom dining table sets. Kitchens and dining spaces are still the emotional center of the home. Also, I know this sounds funny, but the dining table almost represents what a family wishes it could be. We live in a day and age where we have more technology than we've ever had. We're busier, we're running around. And I think every mom and every dad look at that dining table and think, man, I want to get back to simplicity. To sit down with the kids, talk about the day, simplify their lives. And with that, they want something that represents who they are. They want a table or a product that's a spin-off of their interests, their likes, their style. And people are willing to usually spend good money on a dining table. Another reason is it serves a practical purpose. A lot of guys that I talk to that are doing woodworking, they're building and selling things that are just art. Not to say that you can't be successful doing that, not to say that there aren't people that are extremely successful doing that, but in my experience, based on what I've seen, you need to sell a product that serves a clear purpose that a lot of people need to take advantage of, right? A couple things just to note here on custom dining tables. Kind of the average price point that we're seeing for custom dining table sets is usually $3,000 to $5,000. Which means to have a $10,000 a month, you need 2 to 3 orders to break $10,000 a month selling custom dining tables. If you think about 30 days in a month, you need to have 2 people say yes to you across 30 days to purchase something from you. This is how you do it. FYI, I just started working with a client in New Braunfels, Texas. Her name is Lisa. She's always been a passionate woodworker. She has woodworking skills, but she's never actually built a business or sold actual dining tables, right? She didn't have a line of dining tables. Well, we installed all of our processes and systems inside of her business this month. This is her very first month in the program. And right out of the gate, within the first 30 days, she's closed 2 custom dining table deals within the first month, right? And so that's because there's utility. People want it. If you can do it and prove that you know what you're doing, especially if you can build a successful brand and business over the long haul, you're going to be covered up with work. And so other add-ons to tables. And so historically speaking, in my business and for all of our clients, about 20% of the orders that we ever got were just tables alone. Most all of our orders were for table sets. And that's where a lot of you guys get hung up. Like, well, I don't know how to build chairs. I don't want to build chairs. Well, just so you know, neither did we. We have access to vendors where we can get unfinished chairs that we can finish to match the table in 40 or 50 different styles. And they're cost effective. We're spending somewhere between $60 to $100 a chair usually. We can sell those chairs for around $200, and that takes our order from, say, $2,500 for a table to $4,500 with a table and chairs. Right, so it increases your average order value dramatically. But you can add on chairs, you can add on benches, and then obviously all the finishing, right? So if you have any type of custom finishes that you're providing or anything unique that you're doing there, you can add on for that. The biggest mistake that woodworkers make or woodworking business owners make when it comes to custom dining tables is the very first place they go is they go to Marketplace, they see the guy down the road building $600 pine tables, and they think they have to compete on price. The number one thing I would tell you is that you do not compete on price, you compete on positioning. Right? So you want to position yourself as a high-end, solid hardwood, free delivery, 2-year warranty, X amount of 5-star reviews. You want to position yourself in a stratosphere where these guys can't compete with you. And you're charging 3, 4, 5 times as much than they are, because the same person that's going to buy from you would also walk into a Restoration Hardware and pay $8,000 for a table, right? And so it's about trust, it's about positioning, it's not about price. You got to figure out, how do I win based on positioning and trust, okay? So that's number one, custom dining tables. Number two is built-in cabinets and storage. And so this, by the way, is exploding. So one thing that you guys may or may not be aware of is that right now the housing market is pretty soft, right? And so interest rates are starting to come down a little bit, but the housing prices have skyrocketed so much and the rates are still so high that housing affordability is basically non-existent in the States. It's a little tight. So what we find is that there are a lot of people that are just remodeling their homes. They're fixing up their current house exactly the way that they want it to be. And because of that, they're trying to get more storage in place. They're trying to create a more custom and homey feel. A lot of times this is where they turn to built-in cabinets, new storage, things like that, right? And so here are some quick examples of what that might look like. So mudroom lockers, home office built-ins, pantry cabinets, media walls, something like the accent wall behind me. These are just examples of jobs that are smaller than like a full kitchen cabinet job, but that still have a really high ticket value, right? So usually stuff like that is going to range from, $3 to $10,000 or $3 to $12,000, depending upon what it is, right? And so these jobs are smaller than kitchens, but they pay really well and they have high profit margins. And so the other beautiful thing about this is if you can get connected with interior designers, or you can get connected with remodel companies, you can be their subcontractor on some of these projects, right? And this is not nearly as competitive of a space as full kitchen cabinets. Full kitchen cabinet jobs, usually there's a lot of competition. Every decent sized city or area is going to have 5 to 10 to maybe even 20 or 30 cabinet shops, all competing for those high-end kitchen jobs, which again, if you're really good, you can compete, have at it, do it. But this is a really easy way to get your foot in the door on the cabinetry side of things with built-in cabinets and storage, okay? Number 3 is custom outdoor furniture. Again, same kind of concept here in terms of the housing market being soft. People are really focusing on maximizing and improving their space. So for example, just this last year, my wife and I, we built a completely new deck on our back porch, put a covering over it, hung a TV, and really created a cozy outdoor living area, right? And so when it comes to creating custom outdoor furniture, people want something that's comfortable, people want something that's unique. The other thing I'll say about this is usually the buying cycle is a little bit shorter. Patio sets, outdoor tables, pergola style pieces, this category prints money when positioned correctly. And so the reason that it's working in 2026, like I said, is that people are investing more in outdoor living. The other thing here is that you have some pretty easy upsells in terms of other products or other things that you can provide that complements what they're interested in, right? So if they're looking for some Adirondack chairs, well, you can do a bench, you can add a couch, you can do cushions, you can do covers, right? You could work that into your pricing model to where you take, a $2,000 order or a $3,000 order and it becomes a $5,000 order through the upsells that you're providing, right? And so that's number 3. Number 4, and this one is huge, and that is commercial and small business furniture. A lot of times we focus on retail work, and I'll be the first one to say that that's really how I built my business, was primarily off of retail work, and we would take commercial work as it came. But there are so many businesses out there that really focus on landing commercial jobs, getting great relationships with the first line of defense, right? So that might be interior designers, that might be contractors or what have you, and they really don't ever have to market that much to the public, right? Because they stay so busy with commercial work. Now, let me just also say, commercial work is a little soft right now. Not to say that you can't do it and that there aren't guys out there crushing it, but compared to how it has historically been, it's a little bit soft. And so here's some examples of some commercial work. So you got conference tables. And also, by the way, if you can build a big conference table, usually that's a, $6,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 table, just depending upon what it is, what materials you're using, etc. But you've got reception desks, restaurant tables, office shelving. You have lots of different options here in terms of what you can do, right? And so businesses don't care about price the same way that homeowners do. They care about deadlines, durability, and professionalism. And so obviously everybody is somewhat budget conscious. I'm not trying to say that they're not budget conscious at all, but usually commercial jobs do pay better per labor hour, generally speaking. The other reason that this is a powerful move is that usually the orders are larger, right? Instead of closing a $3,000 residential furniture job, it might be a $25,000 or $30,000 package for a brand new restaurant or for a brand new office building or whatever that might be. So larger orders. The install process sometimes can be pretty simple. It just depends. It depends on who you're working with. I'm sure there are people here that have had nightmare commercial clients versus they've always had good experiences on the retail side of things. There tends to be a better referral process on the commercial side of things. So if you land a couple good relationships and you take really good care of them, usually more work flows out of that through them and then also through referrals. And then the last one's just repeat clients, right? So when you get referrals, you get repeat clients. They come back and see you again and again and again, and you're not as dependent upon going out and getting new business, prospecting new business, whether that be through ads or cold outreach or whatever that might be. And so just a quote here to leave you with is that one good commercial relationship can replace 10 residential clients. And there is truth to that. If you can land one great commercial relationship, it could be a total game changer for you and your business. And so the last one here is custom entryway pieces or statement pieces. So a couple different examples here: entryway tables, credenzas, sideboards, or bathroom vanities, right? So these are not cheap projects, but that's the point. And so these are also pieces of furniture that these people are going to walk past every single day, and they want what they want, usually. Usually it's an emotional purchase. They're easy to really get great content around, and some of the biggest furniture companies in the world focus on these products, right? The one thing I'll say in all of this that is super important, and a big mistake that I would encourage you to avoid, is do not chase all 5 of these rabbits at the same time. Pick the one that you want to focus on. Pick the one that you think you can build a solid business on, and do nothing but that for the next 6 to 12 months. For those of you that are watching this that are just doing a little bit of everything, and I know because I was there. I spent a long time there. I did a little bit of everything, and then I finally became a specialist. My advice to you would quit being a general doctor and become a brain surgeon, become a specialist. You're going to get paid way better for it. You're going to get really good at what you do because you do the same thing every single day. You're not going to be learning on the fly anymore. You're going to be able to have a repeatable process in terms of manufacturing. And so do not try all 5 of these at the same time. Pick one, run with it, promote it, push it hard. And if you need marketing systems, if you need a proven process to bring you leads, to bring you opportunities so that you can close deals, you can increase your revenue. If you've been watching this channel at all, we have the Woodworking Accelerator program for you. I cannot overemphasize this. We have people that have woodworking experience but have no business experience that are jumping into our program, and within 30 days, they're doing $5,000 to $10,000 a month, just like that. Within 60 days, they're doing $12,000 to $15,000 a month, just like that. Within 90 days, they're doing $15,000 to $20,000 a month, just like that. I cannot overemphasize this enough. We help people just like you scale custom furniture companies. This is what we do. This is what we're good at. We've worked with over 230 clients in the last 4 years, and we can help you too. And so if you're looking for help with that, we would love to hear from you. Click on the link in the description below. And I also have a free training that's really on how to make 2026 your best year ever. And so if you want to check out that free training, it's about an hour long, hour and 15 minutes long. Check that out in the description below as well. And so with that, love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.